going to put some handles on my coffee mugs today. I made these a couple of days ago, they've been turned. So I'm going to I pull my handles directly off the mug. I don't make them separately. I find this technique quite fast and effective, and I've been using it for years. I've made thousands of these things. So first I get a ball of clay, roll it up. So it's about the size of a walnut. Just try and get that smooth, any ridges. Then once you're happy with that, roll it between your hands, and you're putting more pressure on the bottom edge than the top edge, so you end up with this sort of finger shape, a bit thinner down the bottom than the top. Then you spend a little bit of time just flattening it out. Not too much, doesn't have to be perfect, it's just rough at this stage. And you put it between your fingers, your hand, and you're just tapping that top. So you're doming, so you're getting a bit of a dome shape. Then you get this hammer looking shape with these bit of excess clay. Now I don't score when I attach my handles. I haven't scored a pot for years, haven't lost a handle yet. I use slip, and it's the same slip from my leftover from throwing the pot, so it's the same clay body as the mug. And a trick an old potter showed me years ago, and I don't know the science behind it, or if there's anything in it, but I've always done it. Haven't lost a handle yet. A little bit of saliva. And just gently pushing the handle in, not being too heavy-handed. Okay, it's a time to be a little bit gentle. And just working your way around. So that ridge that you had at the top of your handle when you were forming it, that's being spread out now to make sure that the handles are well attached to the pot. So pressing that down all the way around, getting a really good joint. And when you're happy, I just go around with my thumb and scrape that excess clay off. I spend a bit of time here getting this as smooth as possible. I like my handles to look like they've grown out of the pot, like they're meant to be there, like they've always been there, not attached. And just work around with the sponge, smoothing as you go. I like natural sponges, they're nice and soft. Just spend some time to get rid of all those ridges. That's not bad. Nice and smooth. So now you're ready to pull. And just gently working your way around. Not pulling too hard, you're really just coaxing the clay down. Just a gentle squeeze between your fingers. And you can start to put some ridges in if you want, giving a little bit of shape. And now you're starting to taper it. So it's a bit thinner at the bottom than the top. But you don't want to get too thin down here, down the bottom, because that's where it's going to attach to your pot. And if it's too thin, that'll be a weak spot in your handle. You don't want that. Okay, so you want a fairly robust handle. I'm happy with that. Now when you're ready to attach, so keep in mind that your pot's leather hard and your handle's wet, so there's a little bit of a difference in shrinkage. So it's okay if your handle is a little bit oversized, not too much. Always have a look straight on and make sure your handle's straight before you actually attach. When you're happy with that, I just press both sides, and then I'll snap that off, and I'll just spend some time smoothing that over. some potters use their stamp in this part of the handle, and that looks nice if you've got a nice little stamp. Okay. And because the handle's so wet, it's all upright like this, it's droopy. So I always dry them upside down and give it a little tug just to get that nice ear shape. I always dry them up once I've attached anything to pot, like handles, knobs, whatever. I always put them into a dampware cupboard for a few days to dry out nice and slowly, so you get a really good consolidation. And my dampware cupboard is an old fridge. Old fridge is the best dampware cupboard you get. Okay, hope you enjoyed that and found it useful. Happy potting.